Hi there, welcome back to my channel, and the video of today is a little different, because you are used now to listen, if you follow my channel, to the diecast review I used to do about the in Italy we call them edicola diecast. It's the stuff that arrives in the shop selling newspaper, and this time, so the subject is, of course, a Ferrari, as you can see, and it's a brief comparison, between the F2004 from Hachette collection and my Revell f2003ga. This is the kit that I built last year, just to relax down and to assemble something easy, And I wanted to do this video mostly to make a a quick compare, between something that you can build by your own, if you are a modeler, of course, and the stuff that you can buy in the newspaper shops, from Hachette, or also in eBay, because these items, outside Italy, they are quite easy to find from eBay Europe. So it's stuff that you can find nearly everywhere. This is the last one. They made it now. The moment I'm making this video is June 2022, full summer, and of course, when it is a Ferrari arriving in the collection, I used to buy all of them, just because, being Ferraris is always nice. Also, just simply collect them. I'm Italian, Italian blood, and Ferrari is part of our DNA. Every Italian, we love the Ferrari. So the F2004, I think, never have been made in 1/24 scale. I remember that existed a racing kit, I think, from our model factory here, or Studio 27, about the F2004. She had been indeed one of the most successful Ferrari that ever raced. It was one of the cars that Michael Schumacher had. Of course, number one, world champion. Also, the other ones was world champion. I remember in that years was quite cool, because looking at Formula One, it became nearly boring because Schumacher was constantly always winning. They made it so nicely. So nice to see Formula One, because for Italians and for tifosi to see the red constantly winning was something absolutely special. And just talking about the model, first of all, what we can see is that this time, and I don't want to bash these models, talking bad about them, because the proof is that I'm buying them. So if I would like to say something bad, I buy one and then I will never buy them again. But I will go on, and every time that they do something that is in my taste, I will constantly buy them. Also, just thinking at the price, remember that is something that you can have in your hand for 25 bucks when they are brand new. These items used to become a little bit pricey when they are out of production, or when you are searching for something that arrived back in time. In this Formula One collection, I was not in Italy, so I didn't bought at the time when they arrived with the McLaren driven by Senna that I lost, and also the very first one that was from Vettel and from Kimi Räikkönen that I didn't buy. I mean, in the future maybe I can search for it, but there is so many that I would like to achieve now that is a little too big, because I'm buying a lot of this stuff. I neither open the blister, as you know. I just keep them inside their own blister. They made something quite cheap, for the blister. So if you open them, it's a little bit tricky to close, because there is no opening stuff. Just the Ferrari logo, official license, and whatever. But if you open the blister, then you have the model by his own end. So it has to be placed somewhere, or the dust will attack the model. I wanted to make a compare, between this and the other one from Revell. I don't dare to say that I am so skilled modeler. I am one of the modelers that can build this up without any issues, and for me it was extremely fun to build this model that was sold to me by a Dutch guy that is Kai. Kai is an extremely kindly guy. He just made me a very good price on this Revell Ferrari, because he opened completely the box, so it was something that you cannot resell. You just have or to build or to scrap, and I wanted to build it. As well as he also provided that were not included in the box, the Marlboro decal to make it with the full livery that of course in the other one is not present, you know. That is a quite a big minus, you know, because for royalty and for politically correct policy, you know, you should add. Look how different look the real Ferrari with the Marlboro logos and so on, and look how sad look the one without anything, you know, especially in the rear wing. The stuff that only concerned me a little in this newest model from the Hachette collection is basically the lack of assembly, you know. The dimension of the model is basically the same. I think Revell made it, I don't know if from the images you can see it clearly, but the Revell kit is slightly little bit smaller, you know, in every point. I mean, in the proportion of the car and as well as the wheels, is something like a 10% smaller, you know. I don't think it's possible really to recognize from my images, but believe me, they are a little smaller, you know. But the stuff that really pissed me off was mostly around the assembly of this f2004, because, you know, if you just look at this, so this is the profile of the f2003ga, and once again I say I'm not this special ultra skilled modeler, you know, just an ordinary assembler, but the wing, the real wing is in that position in every picture that you will see about the f2003ga. Of course the wing is in that position, you know. Now look at that. That is the wing in my f2004, and I don't think it's because the box have been bumped or something happened or she fall down. Absolutely not. This is much more toyish item than this one. If this one falls, then it's like a crystal, so you have all the antennas flying around, all the wings that will be destroyed, and everything will be melted. You know, how many times did it happen to us that our models, when we are looking at them, oh, look so nice, then they fall on the floor, and then you just have to brush it away and cry for one long night. Instead, this is stuff that is made in die cast, so the car is completely metal. If you smash it, it's made to be posted to go worldwide, you know. And this blister don't have any bump around, you see. The box had not been crashed in some points very often, because in this traveling Hachette series, when they travel so much around the world, of course the plastic blister is not so steady, you know, so it's very easy to be damaged. But this one is absolutely not. This box is absolutely new, and the model inside is anyway foldered. So what does it mean? It means that the poor guy, I think Bangladesh, you know, I think the working condition in Bangladesh, better we do not compare that with Europe and with Western countries, you know, so they deserve a deep respect in what they do, absolutely, because this is stuff that is paid absolutely nothing in their country. So when it arrives in the end, so you can neither complain so much. Indeed, listen to me, I don't complain about this item. It's just a modeling observation, you know. It's something that, of course, I know that if I open the blister, I can absolutely cut it away or break it completely and fix it with the pin. Is nothing so special, you know. So this is just a consideration. The model is absolutely valid, is absolutely a good buy, you know, for the money that they ask for. 25 euros. I think in that Ferrari, if you pay the ordinary price, just the kit is 25 euros, plus the decal is another 20 euros, you know, and you have to make it so with glossy paint, with the proper color, because the Ferrari of the early 2000s, they had a special bright red that is also a little bit darker in the one from Hachette. In this one I used the TS49 used by Tamiya for their F2001, so it was the color used until I think it was 2006, 2008, when they changed it with the deeper red one and with the metallic red that arrived lately, you know. Another mistake that probably you can see is that on the white side, on the back of the car, there is two blue spots on the camera. The camera is, or the wing, because the camera is the upper one, that little wing beside, you can see there, that blue spot, that something happened, you know. I don't know if it is something during the assembly, as well as the decal. Look at that, the decal there on the edge of the fin of the Ferrari is wrong. I think it's a decal because it's wrinkled. So the same If you look at the nose of the car, you see that there is, I don't know honestly, because I don't remember when I built my 2003ga, if that was different in the 2004, but you see, in the Revell kit there is two minor wings under the front wing. Instead in the 2004 there is not, and it's different, you know. The assembly itself is a little bit chunky, you know, a little bigger, you know. It's a little more toyish, just that, you know. It's nothing negative in being a little toyish. Of course, the seat belts, they are just printed. Instead in the ordinary Revell, this of course I changed it because also Revell don't provide you the bucklers, the proper tissue red seat belts and the decals, you know. So this is something that you ordinarily do in your models when you build them up. And so that's it, you see. This is the main difference, you know. There is just a lack of building, you know. And once again, I think that for the price that they ask in these items, it's absolutely worth it, you know. Is absolutely worth it. So it is not a criticism, it's just an observation, you know, from something that we get. They are very good items, but they are still, in my opinion, quite far away from everything that an average modeler can build up in. I think this 2003ga I made in 1 week, nothing more, you know. It's an ordinary kit. You just have to take care a little more of the wheels, to clean them a little, because the Revell quality, not because of that, because it's a Revell kit. So a Revell kit is anyway in that quality that all we know, you know. The wheels are whatever, the fittings is whatever, you know. It's not Tamiya, it's not Aoshima, it's not that stuff, you know. It's but it's absolutely a pleasure, you know. So this is the result that you have in 1 week of assembly, if you like to assemble them. If you have the hands like Bradipo, like I don't know, then you just take them and then you can complain and say, hey, the decal is not good, it's not okay. This is not a bashing, this is not a complaint, it's just an observation about what I get. What I get in a brand new model, because as I said in other review that I made, probably simpler model, you know, where you have to check a little less the fitments and the alignments of the parts, there is not this kind of mistake. So I really think it depends from the worker that assembled this somewhere deep down in Bangladesh, where they have other problems than collect items like this one that arrive in Europe. So that's it. As you can see, also the dimensions of the little wings are a little bit toyish compared to the one here. I didn't do so much. I simply thinnered them a little bit more. It's ordinary stuff, you know, so nothing dramatical, you know. And of course, I mean, if you want to have a nicer model, I don't know for which purpose. I mean, it can be just for yourself, because it's something that of course you cannot take in any contest and so on, because it's die-cast model. So I don't think in any contest around the world they allow you to use die-cast, even if modified, even if modified, you don't modify so much, you just maybe can add some decals, you know. In this model can be also a little bit tricky, because they try to add the little antenna, the GPS, the whatever. I don't know what is the antenna in front of that, you know, for the instrument inside the Ferrari, but in my model I made them with the little metal pins, you know, little photo etched part, spares and so on, something little more fine detail. And of course I added them after I placed the Marlboro decal on the back of it, you know. Instead, here to place the Marlboro decal, you should take them away with the hope that you don't crash the paint, place the decal with softeners on, and I don't know, you probably also should, because there I did in Formula 1 car, even more in these years. Also the decal were completely glossy. That was made to avoid that micro step that you had over the decal on the real car, I mean. So also the real car was glossy. And here you should re-gloss the model. I don't know if it is worth it on this type of model. In my opinion anyway, as I say, being f2004, I never think that I think I have f2001 of this year, you know, and I also think they made in a previous number of this issue. I think this is the number 36 or something like that, and I think I missed it. But you know, it's already not my cup of tea, you know, being in this period Formula 1. I just buy them because they are Ferrari, they are red, I'm Italian, so, and the price is good, so I will absolutely take them, despite these minor issues. Also the fitments of the little wings, they are one up, one down, that little wings up there. You see, it's not aligned, you see. And this is talking of a brand new model, so it's something that didn't fall and have not been touched by anybody else, you know. That's it. I think it's clear now, like a compare between these two models. Always worth it, and thank you for watching. See you in the next.